As the drivers battle it out on the track, things are heating up behind the scenes. Experienced team managers and engineers are like gold dust in F1, and it's a big deal when a top job opens up. But this week there's a shocker. The mastermind behind one of the sport's most notorious cheating scandals is coming back. Yes, you heard it right, he's returning to the very team where he caused all the chaos. How is this happening and why now? So let's dive into this video today to know more about this jaw-dropping revelation. In 2008, Formula One faced a dark moment known as the Crashgate scandal. This exposed shady dealings within the sport and brought shame to those involved. Renault, one of the iconic teams, was going through a tough time similar to what they're facing now. Just 2 years after winning the World Championship with Fernando Alonso, Renault's luck turned. They were moving backward, and the team wasn't happy about the high costs of F1. Renault was considering pulling out of Formula One if they didn't win a race that season. Team principal Flavio Briatore didn't want this to happen. If Renault left, he'd lose his support, and another company might disband or take over his team. Tensions were high with only 4 rounds left in the season and just 1 podium secured. Desperate to keep the team afloat, Briatore made a controversial decision that would rock the sport to its core. It seemed like Renault was headed for a winless season, which could have spelled the end for them. So during the Singapore Grand Prix, they hatched a plan. Nelson Piquet Jr. purposefully crashed his car, giving his teammate Fernando Alonso a significant advantage. Alonso, who had started the race in 15th place, needed a miracle to win, and Piquet's crash provided just that. Piquet's crash wasn't punished during or after the race, it was brushed off as a driver error. Renault got their win, and team principal Flavio Briatore likely thought he had gotten away with it. However, there was a problem with Piquet. He wasn't performing well compared to Alonso in 2008, and it was widely believed that he would be dropped at the end of the season. The Singapore crash. In the high-stakes world of Formula One, Nelson Piquet Jr. found himself at a crossroads. Tasked with a dubious proposition, he agreed to intentionally crash his car during the 2008 Singapore Grand Prix. The exchange? Another year with the team. However, by the 10th race of the following season, Piquet Jr. had failed to make a mark, while his teammate Alonso had already secured 13 points. On August 3, 2009, Renault confirmed Piquet Jr.'s departure amidst a storm of criticism from the driver himself. He lambasted both the team and Flavio Briatore, the team principal. Briatore's decision to dismiss Piquet Jr. mid-season would prove to be a grave error. Following the Singapore incident, Piquet Jr. took his grievances to the FIA. Legal battles ensued, leading to Briatore's lifetime ban from F1. However, in 2013, this ban was lifted, and Briatore returned to the Formula One fold as an ambassador for the sport, marking a surprising twist in the saga. The Crashgate scandal left Formula One and the Renault organization reeling, with its repercussions echoing throughout the sport. Thus, the notion of Flavio Briatore potentially returning to the fold comes as a seismic shock. At 74 years old, Briatore is reportedly being courted by Renault CEO Luca De Meo to assume a role as a special advisor. This move, aimed at revitalizing the team's fortunes, marks a surprising twist in the saga. Briatore's prospective role would focus on aiding the team's recruitment drive, particularly in bolstering its infrastructure at Enstone headquarters and the engine department in Viry-Châtillon. However, rumors suggest that Briatore's involvement would be more advisory than hands-on. While speculation swirls, Alpine, formerly Renault, remains tight-lipped, neither confirming nor denying Briatore's potential return. In response to queries about Briatore's involvement, Alpine issued a carefully worded statement emphasizing its commitment to seeking advice from industry experts to enhance performance. It refrained from addressing individual matters directly, maintaining an air of discretion. Alpine's possible reliance on Briatore to engineer a resurgence underscores the depths to which the team has fallen. That they would entertain his return as a strategic move to regain competitiveness reflects a remarkable reversal of fortunes and underscores the severity of their current predicament. It's a narrative twist almost as embarrassing for Renault as Crashgate itself. Alpine's internal turmoil. Amidst the backdrop of Formula One's competitive landscape, Alpine finds itself embroiled in internal turmoil. Its tumultuous 10 months were punctuated by significant departures and a lack of stability. The upheaval within Alpine began with the removal of brand CEO Laurent Rossi, signaling a shift in leadership. This change was swiftly followed by the departure of team principal Otmar Szafnauer and longtime sporting director Alain Permain, further destabilizing the team's hierarchy. The repercussions of the leadership shakeup reverberated through the team's car development efforts. The lack of stability has hindered progress in refining their vehicle, leading to significant performance setbacks on the track. This inability to compete at a high level has plagued Alpine throughout the season. The challenges extended beyond leadership and development as key personnel departed the team. Both technical director Matt Harmon and head of aerodynamics Dourdier left Alpine in March, compounding the team's woes and exacerbating their struggles on the circuit. Despite the adversity, Alpine has shown signs of resurgence in recent weeks. They have managed to elevate their performance, positioning themselves ahead of certain competitors and demonstrating the potential for points finishes. However, the spectre of dissatisfaction looms large within the Renault group. CEO Luca De Meo remains frustrated by Alpine's lackluster results and is eager to instigate further changes. The current upheaval within Alpine unfolds against the backdrop of swirling rumors regarding Renault's potential sale of the team. Despite Renault's public assertions that they are not actively seeking a sale, speculation abounds with whispers of deep-pocketed investors lurking behind the scenes, poised to inject roughly $1 billion into securing a spot on the grid. Flavio Briatore's appointment as a special advisor to the team adds an intriguing dimension to this narrative. His involvement may not be solely focused on team performance, but could also extend to facilitating the sale of the team itself. Briatore's reputation as a shrewd operator in secretive billion-dollar business dealings aligns with the clandestine nature of such negotiations. Fueling speculation further, reports from credible sources suggest that CEO Luca De Meo has been exploring options for securing an engine supply for the 2026 season. This move implies a potential shift away from Renault's in-house engine project, a development that could significantly streamline the team's sale process. With a guaranteed engine supply in place, potential buyers would face fewer obstacles, enhancing the allure of acquiring the team. Amidst these discussions, FIA President Mohammed Ben Kam has hinted at a pathway for newcomers like Andretti Autosport to enter the grid, acquiring an existing team. As discussions surrounding the potential sale of Alpine intensify, an air of admission of defeat seems to hang over Renault's Formula One venture. Despite previous support for the American outfit Andretti Autosport to join as F1's 11th team, recent developments suggest a shift in perspective. FIA President Ben Kam's subtle suggestions about teams struggling with both performance and management echo the challenges currently facing the Alpine team, hinting at a possible avenue for change. Andretti Autosport's ambitions to enter Formula One are buoyed by the backing of General Motors, with plans for Cadillac to supply engines from 2028 onwards. However, the path to securing a grid spot presents hurdles, with entry plans demanding significant investments in staff and facilities. The prospect of acquiring Alpine offers a potential shortcut for Andretti, providing access to existing infrastructure and personnel. Negotiations between the parties would likely involve a careful assessment of assets and liabilities, ensuring a smooth transition if a deal materialized. For General Motors, the acquisition of Alpine could serve as a strategic move, securing a foothold in Formula One ahead of their engine supply debut. With financial resources at their disposal, they possess the means to facilitate such a transaction. Flavio Briatore's potential return to an F1 team stirs controversy and raises pertinent questions about the sport's culture and ethics. Formula One has long been associated with a certain level of opulence and influence, where backroom deals and political maneuvering often overshadow the on-track action. With his infamous reputation and the spectre of Crashgate looming over his legacy, Briatore epitomizes the darker aspects of this world. While Briatore has worked for Formula One management in the past, his return to a team role carries significant weight. It reminds us of the sport's tolerance for individuals with checkered pasts and willingness to prioritize performance and success over principles and ethics. For Alpine and Renault, entities with a storied history and a reputation to uphold, Briatore's potential reinstatement represents a compromise of integrity. The fact that Briatore, despite his tarnished history, is being considered as a savior for Alpine underscores the depth of the team's struggles. So what do you think of the cheating scandal in F1 making a comeback? Comment below and subscribe for more.